Hi, I'm Kelly Peterson. Today I'm gonna share with you how I clear my fridge before we leave for a trip. And usually this happens like 2 days before we're leaving for a trip, and I will start to think about how could I clear those little ingredients that are left over in the refrigerator or in the pantry so that they will not get bad when we come home. I can make full use of them. And so what I have here is a pound of ground meat. How could I make a delicious meal out of it? Together with a bag of cooked pork that I cut into cubes. This was from a piece of pork chop that was grilled and left over. And then I have an onion and some garlic and egg, and then I have some Parmesan cheese. I'll try to use as much as I can. And then I also have like little pieces of leftover cheese that we kind of slice and eat along the way, and small little pieces like that. Also a little bit of cream cheese and some heavy cream. I'm gonna make a meal out of this ingredients. So how do I incorporate the cooked meat and the raw ground pork that I have? I think I'm gonna start with first grounding them down with my food processor here. So the cooked pork is ground up, and I'll add it into the raw ground pork together. And I'll mix them together. You must be thinking, a raw ground pork and mixed with the cooked ground pork. What can you do with that? I don't know, but it just came to my mind that I could do this, so I'm trying it. Okay, now the ground meat, the raw ground meat and the cooked ground meat is mixed together. And I'm gonna add the chopped up onion. I use half of the onion, I chop it up, and let's add it in here. And some of this garlic that I chopped up too. They go all going in there, and we're gonna mix them around. But first, let me add the 2 eggs in here. And I'm gonna add some salt. You can see that these are all estimation. It's more like over time, I got used to like how is this spices gonna be taste like, and this amount, how much is gonna be just enough, or how much is gonna enhance the flavor. That was ground black pepper, and I'm gonna add some cumin in here. Again, this is all estimation, so I'm gonna add some cumin in here, and this is coriander, and coriander usually I could use a little more, and then I'll mix it up. And in order to give it a little more fat, I'm gonna add some avocado oil. So in order to make them really mixed together well, I use my hand and just keep folding it like this. So this meat is all mixed up together well, and what we're gonna do next is to make it into a patty. So I'm just gonna grab like a handful and mold it into like a big ball like this. You can make any size you want. You can make it into small meatballs, or a big meatball like this, or a patty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put like this around with some oil on the pan here, greased up, some avocado oil I'm using today. All right, and this is the meatball, big buffalo meatball, and just brush it with some remainder oil that is on the tray here, and make sure that they're kind of like coated with oil, and we're gonna put it in the oven. I've preheated the oven at 375, and I'll cook through this whole thing, and let's see how it looks like. Okay, so what are we gonna do with all the cheese that I have? I'm gonna make a sauce. So first, I'm gonna put some butter in the pan, and I like to mix it with butter and oil. This is olive oil. This is gonna be like a really fatty sauce to go on top of the giant meatballs. So I have the heat kind of in a low and melt up this butter and oil, and I'm gonna add the heavy cream. All right, the cream is a little warmed up. I'm gonna put all this hot cheese in first. So these are the remainder hot cheese pieces. I'm gonna let it melt in the cream and make a creamy cheese sauce. You can call it four cheeses sauce. It's gonna be so yummy. Then Parmesan, I'm gonna use as much as I can. The more I use, the less will go to waste. Okay, the sauce is coming out really nicely. If you can see the consistency of this sauce, it's thick and creamy. So we're gonna taste it. It's good. Let's put some pepper. You don't really need any salt in here because it's really salty enough. And then we're gonna drizzle this cheese sauce onto the meatball, just like this. Make it beautiful. A little more sauce on it. And you can always put the rest of the sauce onto a serving bowl and people can have more. And dress it up. Some little bit of chopped cilantro or parsley. Just like that. And a pinch of paprika, just to give it a color. Just like that. All right. I hope you like it.